Hello everyone, this is Shalu Kumar again from OSCE Nurse Training Cambridge. I'm an experienced OSCE Nurse trainer for the NMC OSCE exam in UK and also the lead trainer for OSCE Nurse Training Cambridge. So in today's video, I will be covering one of your other NMC OSCE stations. So if you like my videos, please press the like button now and subscribe to my channel. Okay, so let's get into today's video. So what about today's video? So today's video is about one of your professional values station again, because you've been asking me to do more topics on professional values. So I'm going to do this one for you, and the one I'm going to do today for professional value is about falsifying, false representation. So this is about trying to be somebody else. So false representation. So that's the topic I'm going to be covering today in professional value station. So I will be talking you through the station, what you need to do, and also we are going to look at a scenario, and then we're going to look at the main points and then write our answers together at the end. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Again, just on your screen, just to quickly remind you, it's a written station, your professional value station. You will be given a scenario to read. There is 10 minutes to write your answers in bullet points. Okay. So that's what you get, and then the instruction is given to you. If you were in that situation applying the NMC code, what will be your actions? Write those as bullet points. To prepare for you make sure you know the code very well, the NMC code, and secondly, look at your marking criteria which are released by the test center. So they will give you quite good guidance how to answer your questions. Okay, so that's what it is. So let's look at it. So you can see the scenario on your screen next, and then you are given a blank page to write your answers. Okay, so let's look at the scenario again, and we will read it together, and then we will see what is this topic about false representation, and then we will see the main points to consider, and then we will write our points in write our answers in bullet points. Okay, so let's read the scenario together now. So you are the manager of the care home, and it has been brought to your attention by one of your staff members who has witnessed one of your other nurses in the nursing home giving a false reference. Okay, so this staff member has witnessed one of your other nurses providing a false reference. So this other nurse has given this reference to one of her nursing friends, okay, and have signed the reference letter with your name and designation on the form as care home manager. So this nurse has given somebody reference and signed your name and your designation and pretended to be you as a manager of a care home. Okay, so that's obviously, this is clearly a case of false representation. So if you were the manager of that care home, what would you do? So what will you do as a care home manager? Okay, so first thing is clear, is obviously recognizing. So if we look at the main points here, what points are coming to your mind. So these are the points then we're going to elaborate and write into bullet points, okay, as our answers. But at the moment we are just thinking what points come to our mind. So the first one is that recognizing that false impersonation which is done by this other nurse is an unlawful fraudulent behavior, because this nurse has acted up as somebody completely different person. So it's a false impersonation. Second thing is, it's absolutely important to report this behavior of this nurse to your senior manager and also to the NMC. Okay, so that's really important. And third thing to think about is, if somebody is giving false reference for somebody else, it could indirectly affect patient care when the person then looks after a patient and they got the job on the basis of false reference. So that can indirectly obviously affect patient safety. Okay, so next one is make a clear record of this occurrence or event. It's important that you write what you have heard or noticed. So that's really important. And the next one is recognize that this action need to be reported to the police, because it is a fraud, and it's a big fraud. Okay, impersonating somebody else is definitely a big fraud and needs to be reported to the police, and will likely result in the need for a formal police statement. Okay. Next thing is, if you are the care home manager, you do need to suspend this nurse in question pending investigation. And the last one is, we always think, which is that this is definitely dishonest behavior and it doesn't promote the fundamental values of honesty and truth, which are the fundamental values of nursing profession. So how do we now go about? So these are the things we quickly thinking about. So how do we go about now writing, elaborating these points and writing as bullet points? So let's look at our answers, which I have written on this sheet. So this is your answer sheet you need to complete as bullet points. Before we were just thinking, now we are elaborating and writing these as full sentences. So the first one is that I clearly recognize that the false impersonation to provide a reference is an unlawful and fraudulent action or behavior. It is definitely is a fraud. Second thing is, it is my professional duty to report the dishonest behavior of this nurse to my senior manager and also to the NMC. Now, if I don't report this, failure to report concern may bring my own fitness to practice into question and place my own registration at risk, reflecting the duty of candor. So that's really important point. And the third one is, I recognize that the action of falsely providing a reference could indirectly create a risk to the safety of the patient in care home or any care setting. You know, if somebody is providing wrong reference to a person and that person then gets a job on the basis of that reference, that does affect patient safety. So that's the point we are making here, that I recognize that the action of falsely providing a reference could indirectly create a risk to the safety of to the patients. Okay, so the next one is, I will make a clear written record of the occurrence, including the date and with the name of the person I reported the concern to. Okay, so that's really important one. Another one is, I recognize that this action need to be reported to the police. Okay, and likely result in the need of for a formal police statement. So police probably will ask you to do a formal statement on this. And next one is, I will suspend the nurse in question from work pending investigation, removing from any forthcoming shifts, and will arrange a alternative cover for those shifts. And then the last one, I identify that the act of impersonating a manager or care home manager, ward manager, is against the fundamental values of truth and honesty set out in the code and does not promote professionalism and public trust. Okay, so that's the one relates to the code, that's of values of truth and honesty and professionalism and public trust. Okay, so that's the end of your answer. So that's how you will write your bullet points for this topic. It is an easy topic when you think about it. The actions should come to your mind. So the top tips are, again, is a written station, so write legibly and clearly. That's the first top tip. Second top tip is, know your marking criteria. Okay, do revise your marking criteria and have a look that you haven't missed any points in remembering the marking criteria and writing your answers. And the third thing is, again, written practice. Okay, so make sure you do some written practice to finish this station in 10 minutes. So these are my top tips for this station. I hope you like the video, and if you do, please press the like button now and subscribe to my channel. You can also email us for more information on our OSCE training on OSCE nurse training at outlook.com. We also have a website called oscenurstraining.com. You can visit the website as well. We provide both online, in-person, face-to-face training, and also just for revision, just the mock exams, or your API package or skills package. So we provide it all. So I will soon be back with another video for you for one of your OSCE stations. So bye for now.